So we hope you enjoy the vertical slice of our game, and now we want to talk a little bit about what we had in mind for the whole experience. So we want the game to be roughly 5 hours long, and we try to divide it into 3 parts that are going to be the 3 main narrative elements of the game. So in the first phase, which is called the battle phase, it's actually where you have the vertical slice. You have the first elements of the invasion of Juan, so you have Juan invading your neighborhood, and you are going to fight waves of enemies in order to eliminate it. And at the end of this phase, you are going to discover that there are other favelas that are being invaded by a similar entity. So you are going to be able to meet the children from other favela and to give them your help. So it's the biggest phase of the game, which is called the Unity of Favelas. And you are going to be able to visit 3 favelas and get a new ability at each favela to defeat a boss. So for example, you are going to get a super weapon that is going to shoot big projectiles that are really powerful and to have a higher fire rate, for example. And at the end of this phase, when you have defeated all the 3 bosses of the favela, you are able to go to Juan headquarters, and you are going to be able to fight really the heart of his threats.
Hello everyone. So to finish the design and to finish the whole experience until the final release of the game, we will need to work on these 5 different aspects that you can see on the screen. First, the level design. We will definitely need to make this 5 hours experience interesting. We will need to work on the level design and make it interactive and such. Combat system, also we will have to work on this. We will need an overall rework on it, and we will need to implement new features, new combo, new feedbacks to make it more diverse and more interesting to play, but even more fun to play in the end. The AI is also a big aspect of our work, because we will need to rework on the existing AI that we already implemented, and also implement new AI that are the heavy AI, the fast AI, and the last but not least, the five bosses that Lemon will encounter and fight in the end. So our experience during these 4 months led us to create tools and methodologies to work efficiently on the project. And we are now able to tell you that we are ready to work on these 9 months of the 9 next months to realize the project and to make it work in the end. So the big aspect of the work will be the 5 bosses. It will make 7 to 9 months to design and to test. We have put a lot of work on testing every of our features during these 4 months, and it will stay like this for the next 9 months of the production. The target we are seeking are 2 different categories. The first category is the most valuable one. It's the core target, and we are seeking a moderate to hardcore gamers target, and we also know that this category of people like dynamic and instantly fun games. And the second target we are seeking are called the graphics lovers, and they tend to love art and stay in touch with it in their everyday life, and they tend to be more casual gamers. The 4 P's for the marketing strategy are the following. So we are a beat 'em up game. We want it to be instant fun to control and instant fun to watch. And we also have this 2D to 3D interaction that differentiate ourselves on a really saturated market. And we also have this strong art direction that we really believe in. The distribution, we want the game to be accessible on any PC and console digital media store. We want to set up our Atomic Lemon website, which is already online, and we will definitely work on our SEO. We will work on the online shop to let the players be able to buy any game-related goods, and also to work on our communication, because we want to set up a social campaign linked on our website to let our players know about the news of the game, and we will also implement an in-game news features that will let the players know about the street art events we are participating in, as well for the Indie Game Festival. For the price, so we want a game that is based on the market standards. So it's €14.99, and you will have access to the full experience. We don't want any in-game price wall, we just want the game to have cosmetics content that will be DLCs, and we want to capitalize mostly on our crazy universe with our online shop. The future of the project, we have two scenarios, different scenarios. So the first one is to pitch the project to an editor. We will need 300K production costs, and we will be 12 employees to work on the project. We'll need 9 months, as I told you just before, and with a $14.99 price, we will have a break-even point of 40K units. The other solution is to start our own business, and for this we will definitely need the help of ENJMIN project incubator, and also find some investments. So it would be a great idea to set up a crowdfunding campaign or look out for some investors, and if the game is really working well and selling well, we will definitely capitalize on our crazy universe by setting up a merchandising campaign. So I'm going to wrap up this presentation by letting you see the trailer of the game. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now I will invite the rest of the team to join us on stage. And if you have any question, don't hesitate.
Questions. I would like to ask the next group to come and install during answering of questions.
Hello.
Hello.
David from Telltale again. So you've got this very interesting 2D to 3D transition, and you use it basically to go from one phase of fighting to another phase. That seems to be the only use of it. It feels like there's a huge opportunity. This is a really cool, unique mechanic that you have, and it feels like, oh, now I'm in 2D, now I'm in 3D. Do you have further ideas, further things you want to do to extend that or intermix those?
Yes, so for the vertical slice, we really wanted to showcase our combat system, and we really wanted to focus on that. And the 2D to 3D is a big part of this combat system. But we've also we've also wanted to develop features that really use this kind of mechanics. So for example, we have the power-ups that we have shown a little bit in the slice, but they will be really a key importance of the final game. So each of the children from the favela that you are going to meet in the big phase of the game is going to give you a new power-up that you are going to be able to use in different phases of the game. So it's going to be a big aspect of our game, but we also wanted to try to work on other way to use this mechanic. But right now, for the slice, we wanted to really focus it on the combat system. Thank you.
So Jade again from Ubisoft. It's kind of the same question. It's how do you manage as a controller? Because sometimes you play as Atomic Lemon and sometimes you play as a slot. So I understand that when you are in 3D, you're playing the girl, and when you're in 2D, you're playing the animals. But how do you manage if, for example, you have 3 enemies, 2 in 2D and 1 in 3D, for example? I mean, is it 2 controllers? And just another question also is, Do you think about this game playing with two players? I mean, which is will it be possible to play at two or not?
Okay, so for the first question, we actually only use one controller in the entire game, and when you want to play with the slots, you actually have to press the LT button, and as soon as you have this press, you can use the slots action in the fighting elements, in the fighting phases. So you never have to change really to switch to a different controller, to switch to a different part of the controller, because you just have to press the LT button, and then you have access to the slots action. And for the second question, we thought about making a two-player game at the beginning, but we really would have to focus more on finding new interaction for the sloths, because right now the challenge is to be able to focus on both Lemon and the sloths, and if we think it's what makes it really interesting and really challenging. So if we had to make it a two-player game, we would have to find other interaction that would be as challenging for both players. So it's really a one-player game right now, but I think that's something that could be possible.
Thierry, Bip Media again. I didn't understand last time the reason of this fight, but now I'm a little bit shocked. I have a problem, in fact, with the story and the message of your game. Nobody wants to defend favela, in fact. It's an horrible place to live. And even the people who live, even the younger who live there, don't want to live there, in fact. So I think it's a very touchy subject, and you play with it on a very light manner, and for me it's a problem, honestly. I think you can change it very easily. I mean, she can fight for other reason, for water in the favela or whatever, but for now, honestly, it's a little bit shocking.
Okay, so what we wanted to show with this story, we know that the favela is a really dangerous and harmful place people live in, but it's actually a beautiful place that the inhabitants really love and want to protect, because it's a community. And what is happening right now in Brazil and other slums around the world, it's being completely destroyed, and the inhabitants are being driven off the favelas and the slums, and they never find new places to live. So that's the focus of this story. It's how gentrification is going to destroy those kind of communities, and how there are no tools to fight back because they are fighting with richer people. So that's the main focus of our game. I understand that we are playing it, we have a light take on it, but we are really conscious of the kind of social problems that you have in the favelas, but our story is mainly focused on gentrification and how the people can fight it using some things like street art or other things.
And you can see from the color of my clothes that I am a gentrification guy. Other question? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Excuse-moi, j'ai pas vu.
Alors, tout d'abord, bravo pour avoir véritablement travaillé les animations qui sont beaucoup plus efficaces dans les punchs et qui, du coup, sont vraiment bien rythmiques avec la musique. Bravo aussi au fait que dans la musique qui est localisée dans l'endroit, on retrouve dans le fight des bouts de la musique qu'on vient de quitter. Je trouve ça super malin. Bravo. Après, moi, oui, vous pouvez les applaudir, hein, franchement. Comme je suis un peu neuneux, moi j'aime bien quand c'est intelligent. Après, bon, on a l'impression que les Brésiliens sont tous repartis au Portugal. Il n'y a personne dans la rue, il n'y a pas une poubelle, il n'y a pas une vieille voiture qui est dans un coin. Alors voilà, là il y a peut-être un petit effort de painting et puis de background. Et puis le truc aussi, et ça y est, j'ai perdu. J'ai dit un mot en anglais, c'est terminé. Ah, le poisson rouge, c'est monstrueux. Non, c'est que je voyais les ennemis beaucoup moins cerné au niveau des... On dirait que c'est vraiment de l'encre, mais bubble, quoi. Alors que je pensais que ça serait plus finalement de l'encre chinoise, de Chine en fait, et que petit à petit, plus on les tapait, plus il s'effaçait, plus voilà. Alors que là, il reste tout le temps. Donc moi, je m'ennuie un peu à regarder les combats parce qu'ils sont un peu tous les mêmes. Donc une fois qu'on en a tapé un, on en a tapé 15.
Je pense que
Je te refile mon micro.
non,
si tu veux.
je crois que c'est bon. Voilà. Je pense que clairement, il y a un travail à faire sur la diversification des ennemis encore, pour justement en plus avoir des choses plus engageantes pour la totalité du jeu en fait, qui durera beaucoup plus longtemps. Et là, pour l'instant, pour l'aspect bubbly en fait dont vous parlez, c'était plus parce qu'on voulait quand même avoir quelque chose d'un peu, enfin, soi-disant un peu dégoûtant. Et pas forcément très... Enfin, c'est joli, mais on n'a pas envie d'y toucher non plus. Et on veut que ce soit vraiment quelque chose une sorte de parasite, en fait, dans ce monde-là. Et c'est pour ça que j'avais pas forcément envie de faire quelque chose de très joli, très fluide non plus. Bon, c'est moins dégoûtant quand même, pour le coup.
Dans la même lignée, du coup, est-ce que vous avez pensé que, comme elle tape, elle fait des graffitis, donc elle revendique en gros visuellement ce qu'elle fait, quand les ennemis, eux, la tapent, parce qu'on l'a pas vu se faire beaucoup taper, et mis à part la barre de vie, qui on suppose doit baisser, est-ce que du coup il y a un impact sur les décors, et donc du coup, en gros, est-ce que ça clean pas la zone, ou ça, voilà, que ça devient de plus en plus neutre?
Alors, à l'heure actuelle, ce qui se passe en fait quand la barre de vie descend, c'est qu'on a une désaturation complète de l'écran en fait, et du coup ça donne l'impression qu'on est vidé de couleurs littéralement quand on joue. Et en même temps, je pense que dans le futur, si on continue à travailler sur le projet, il y a aussi un travail à faire sur l'évolution du décor par rapport à l'avancée du jeu en fait. Et je pense que là, on a déjà un quartier, et du coup déjà diversifier l'évolution du décor dans ce quartier, mais aussi dans le jeu en fait, avoir plus on avance dans les quartiers, plus les quartiers sont peut-être infestés par cette chose, que du coup plus ils sont sales et que plus c'est difficile en fait de les nettoyer, enfin nous-mêmes de les enlever quoi. Et je pense que voilà, ça se traduira peut-être mieux dans la slice, enfin dans le jeu complet aussi.
Au niveau du gameplay aussi, les ennemis qui sont sur le mur, vous avez vu les power-up, ils les effacent en fait quand ils passent dessus. Du coup, voilà, ça peut, si on s'en occupe pas assez vite, ils peuvent gêner les modes les effacer et du coup l'empêcher d'avancer plus loin.
Oui, alors il y a Thierry. Voilà, Thierry, ça sera mieux. Effectivement, il y a un petit manque de challenge, hein, un peu général, voilà. Mais je voudrais quand même vous féliciter vraiment pour la qualité de votre travail, vous et les précédents qui sont passés, parce que ça, on ne l'entend pas assez, je trouve. Vous faites de l'excellent travail. Vos démos, elles sont vraiment abouties. Quand on sait le temps que vous avez eu pour le faire, c'est franchement exceptionnel. Voilà. Il faut que quelqu'un vous le dise. C'est vraiment très bien.
Et donc, il n'y a absolument plus rien à rajouter. On passe au groupe suivant.